What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest channel and podcast. And if you have not subscribed yet, please do go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I was hesitant as to whether I was going to talk about this story. This comes from the Sandra Rose blog, and it is about Beyonce's newest release, her newest album titled Renaissance. And it says that the sales are down 69% from her previous release of Lemonade in 2016. I wanted to talk about this, one from the perspective of someone who is a few years older than Beyonce, and one that, no, I'm not in the music industry, have no desire to be famous or any of those things, but being someone who has been in business for as many years as I have been and consistently doing the same thing for all of these years, I wanted to talk about this story because it kind of struck a nerve in me, and I wanted to get your thoughts. So again, this comes from the Sandra Rose blog, and it says, Beyonce's latest album, Renaissance, is predicted to decline 69% from sales of Lemonade, a collection of bitter, heartbroken songs by a woman who is fed up with her cheating husband. Long-suffering wives connected with Lemonade on an emotional level because they felt Beyonce's pain. Lemonade sold 650,000 copies in its first week in 2016, and Renaissance is expected to sell about half of that in its first week. The writing was on the wall when Renaissance leaked last Tuesday. Hardly anyone downloaded it. Beyonce's team thanked her fans for not downloading the leaked album, but that was just wishful thinking. On Renaissance, Beyonce, who is married to Jay-Z, sings about bedding women. She is also angered with cancel culture, the crowd, by using the word spaz and spazzing out on her song Heated. The word is considered ableist and insulting to the disabled. Frankly, it's just stupid, coarse, and mean. Who would sing such a thing? A 10-year-old, said Roger Friedman of Showbiz 411. Now, I'm not here to talk about the lyrics of her music, because the thing about words and phrases and all of those different things is, this is my opinion. I feel with that situation where that is involved, Beyonce is from the United States of America. It really isn't her job to know what means what all over the world, because there are some words that in some countries mean one thing and they mean something else in another country, and then in another country it may not have any meaning. But I'm not here to discuss that. I'm here to just talk about, is it time for Beyonce to retire? Now, I think that's a ridiculous, question, because as we see people like Madonna, Patti LaBelle, Aretha Franklin, Shaka Khan, just many, many older women who have legacies of being great and have created amazing music over the years, we don't ask them about retiring. But what I will ask the question about is, should we just give her grace? Because one, she's still performing. She still obviously has a desire to sing and to do what she has done since she's been a child, and not give her so much grief over, this album didn't have as many sales in the first week as your album from 2016. In the entertainment industry alone, things change so often, so I don't really know if that can be a measurement of success or failure. But when it comes to continuing to do something that you have done for so many years, that you enjoy and that you love, should you be pushed away from it simply because of your age? Now, we don't do that to men. We don't do that to the Rolling Stones and all of these, older groups that continue to go out and tour off of music. They didn't even create any new music. They're still performing off of the creations and the music that was created either for them or by them so many years ago. But when it comes to women, we look at them as aging. Oh, her time is done. She needs to give it up, let go, and allow the youngers to come up and whatever. And yeah, they should be able to do what they're going to do. But if this is just Beyonce's desire, and we know that, I believe Beyonce's not hurting for any cash, okay? I don't believe she's sitting there hoping to, well, I need to make this amount of money, so I need to make these amount of sales. I don't really think that's the situation or the case, but for people on the outside who judge, who critique, who look at what was done in the past as a measuring stick for what has been done today, it's really not fair. I'm not a stan of Beyonce. I'm not in the beehive. I don't hate the woman either. I love some of her music. Some music, it's like, eh. And then some stuff I could just do without. But I'm like that with everyone. I don't have anyone that I'm a diehard fan of, or I definitely don't have anyone that I'm a stan for, because we're all people and no one is greater than anyone else. Someone may have more money and they may have more access and fame and notoriety and all of those other things, but it doesn't make them better than you. But I digress. When it comes to her latest release, and then people sometimes want to say, well, maybe she should have stopped doing music so long ago, because when you look at Rihanna, I wouldn't say, Rihanna can't sing, but I wouldn't say she has the strongest voice either. So in all honesty, I believe for Rihanna, her moves in music, they became successful, and she definitely has some songs that I enjoy, but I don't see her wanting to quit the life that she has right now to get back in the studio to make more music just because people feel like, I need more Rihanna music. There's so much you can already listen to right now. She's probably like, girl, go to the archives and pull out what I've already done, because I'm living my life. I have my baby. I've got my products, my makeup line, all of these other things under the Fenty Beauty line that the Louis Vuitton brand and umbrella has purchased, and it's made me this a billionaire. What do I need to be in the studio creating music for? Because I don't have the strongest voice, and it's not something that I really honestly enjoy doing. And I'm older than I was when I came out, so like, give me a break. I'm assuming, I don't know, but I'm assuming that this is what Beyonce wants to continue to do at this point in time, at least. I'm not saying that when she's 60, she's going to want to continue to create new music, but I feel that we need to allow, especially women, to operate in the graces that they feel that they have for that moment. Now, look, to each their own when it comes to her showcasing her body and the enhancements that she's had made, and the nips and the tucks and the lifts and the fillers and enhancement and all those things, because I do believe those things have happened. Not here to judge it, because I've talked about some of those things that I have had done on my other YouTube channel, where I discussed, as one, a licensed esthetician, and one who has had some body issues, where I've had a few tweaks done. I haven't gone all out and had some extreme measures done. Like, I've never had a BBL. I believe she did have one, because look, she had 3 kids. She is a human being. She's not perfect. I don't believe that a woman of her age who's had the amount of children that she has given birth to can have a booty like that without flaws, and it's just perfectly rounded and lifted and asymmetrical, slim waist, full hips, rounded backside. It's not realistic. Is it impossible for someone? But there are going to be some divots and all of those different things, and I'm sorry, you just don't see that. Again, I'm not knocking it, because she has the money and the access to be able to get things like that done, and the NDAs and all of the things where no surgeon would ever come out and say and share that they worked on her, because it's not allowed. If Beyonce ever came out and shared the things that she did, I believe it would be so empowering for a lot of women. Not saying that I would even want her to really do that either. You would have to be really more responsible about it, because even on my YouTube channel, where I shared some of the beauty enhancements that I have had done over the years, I made sure to let people know why I did what I did. And I'm not just out here recklessly saying, oh yeah, I had a breast lift done because I just wanted to have my boobs sitting up and not have to wear a bra. No, I had a child many years ago, and it wreaked havoc on my body. So again, I'm not knocking those things, but I'm just saying that for this venture coming out and to be judged so harshly for it, to say her sales are down 69%, well, one, we're living in an economy that's different than it was back in 2016. It is. And two, she's not hurting for the money. Not saying she couldn't use it. She doesn't need it, doesn't want it, but it's unrealistic to expect that it's going to be the same today as it was many years ago. The fact that she did do the work, whether some people feel that some of the things were stolen or done unethically or whatever or not, I'm not really even here to discuss that. But what I am saying, she definitely did do some work. No one put in the vocals for her. No one did all of the work for her. She definitely did do some work. And she's going to be 41 soon. I'm also a Virgo like she is. So in that sense, I kind of have a soft spot when it comes to Beyonce and other Virgos that I see that are out here like really, really working hard, because I know that is just something that's, to be honest with you, it's just kind of in our DNA when it involves working. And Virgos, we really work really, really hard. And it's just something that a lot of people don't understand about us, but it is just kind of innate within us. So I just really wanted to share my viewpoints on that. Do you feel that at this point, Beyonce needs to give it up when it comes to music and do something different? Or should she be able to continue to pursue music because it's something that she wants to do? Or do you feel that she doesn't really know what else she could be or should be doing, so this is what she's sticking to because it is a comfort zone for her? I can say that for me, my comfort zone over the past almost 14 years has definitely been operating my businesses in the beauty industry, but some things that have been outside of my comfort zone, like just for this example, doing this podcast, YouTube video right now. This has not been in my wheelhouse, but it definitely has stretched me a bit, as well as a number of other things that I'm working on. And those things help to bring a little bit of joy to my life, some well-roundedness versus just this is all I do. And I believe that it may benefit Beyonce. She probably has other things that she does or hobbies or whatever. I would not be surprised by that. But I would say that she probably isn't really operating in those spaces, because for a lot of Virgos, it is kind of hard to do because we're just so focused on what we know, and those things we begin to just really flow in them so fluidly that the other things, it's out of our box, it's out of our comfort zone, and it's just a reality. So I've been, not saying I've been perfect at it, but I've been able to break out of the comfort zones with a lot of different things, and I believe that is one of the things that's helped me, and it's also given me a greater love for the other main business and, you know, situations in my business that I have to deal with on a consistent, regular basis, and I'm really grateful for it. So it's just something that maybe Beyonce could think about. I don't know if she'll ever listen to this. She probably won't. But at any rate, I just wanted to share my thoughts about this and get your thoughts on it. Do you believe that Beyonce needs to hang it up and just do something different like Rihanna? Or should she be able to continue in her genius zone of music and not be judged by how many sales it had in the first week and whether it's a hit or flop or whatever? You know, we know that when it comes to especially music and things like that, people are really harsh to critique things, and like, you know, Erykah Badu said, you know, I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my ish, and I'm quite sure that Beyonce feels the same way, but that's also probably one of the reasons why she isn't on social media all the time. She's not responding to people's comments and even probably reading them, because I know for myself as a Virgo, those things can be extremely sensitive for me. So I will choose to just disregard, to disengage, versus viewing these things and allowing it to get into my spirit. And then I'm sitting there pondering over it and trying to figure it out or understand why, when in reality, there's really not much for me to understand about it. It just kind of is what it is. So you guys let me know your thoughts about all of this in the comment section. I really appreciate you liking, commenting, and subscribing. And as always, I am Beth, and I'm just being beautifully honest.